Welcome back to the 10-foot foam and fabric kayak. Remember when we had cut little pieces of this plastic cutting board? I have, let's see. All right, let's see if you can see this. This is a screw that comes with your standard plastic kayaks, and this is a stainless steel sheet metal screw. So I normally have a whole bunch of these, but I'm out of those. Just have one or two left. But I have plenty of these kayak screws that came with my Old Town and my Pelican. So with the flat tip like that, they do that so that when you screw it through the kayak, it'll less likely to hit you on the leg or something. Then they give you these little caps here. Once it's screwed through like this, then they give you this little cap to put on the bottom of the screw, so if your leg or body does hit, it's not going to cut you or your clothing. But what we're going to do is I'm going to pre-drill my hole here, and I'm going to use these flat tip screws because I got so many of them. All right, and I don't have the sheet metal tips that I need. So if you remember, when we built this, like I said, we put pieces of this in here. You just locate it and pre-drill your holes. And then we'll get a couple of these flat tip screws. I'm just using them because I have so many of them and I need some screws now. That's so much easier. Let's see, get a couple more of those. And I buy these by the bag. That way they come out to about, I don't know, 15 cents a piece. You go into Academy and buy 4 of them, it's gonna be $5 or something. It's ridiculous. They just hammer you on that. I don't think that's right. I mean, everybody's gotta make some money, but that's huge. So I had already sanded this, and I think, yeah, I had a time-lapse video of that. Let's see. So, ooh, I can turn on some more light too. Sometimes I forget how much light I have in here. So we did the time-lapse video of the sanding and shaping, which was fun. And I'm using 2 different size bits for this. And I don't know what size that they are, I just pulled them out of the box, but I can tell you. But what was really gonna matter is what size screws you use. That depends on what size bit you use. So the small ones are 3/32, and the next one is 7/64. So with the 3/32, I drill all the way through the plastic. With the 7/64, I just kind of drill just a little bit of a pilot hole, but not all the way through, because you want to retain as much of the strength as possible. If you drill it all the way through, I mean, you can go all the way through with the 7/64 or your next size bit. But I wouldn't do it. You want to maintain as much of the thickness of your plastic. So this boat doesn't have any wood in it except for the barbecue skewers, kebab sticks or whatever they're called, shish kebab sticks. And those are bamboo. So it doesn't have there's not a floor in it. You know, I mean, there is a floor, but there's not a piece of wood in the floor like the past kayaks. So that way I don't have to worry about sealing it perfectly. There's still some little pinholes in here. I could put several more coats of paint on it, but I want to keep the cost down. I just don't want to put too much money into it. So we're just gonna go with it as is, unless I find some more paint. For one day I was in Home Depot and they gave me a gallon of paint. That was just not gonna go. Let's see if we can get this one to go. All right, let's get our big, larger one out. This one should fit tight. I forgot about that mic pinned to my jacket, my shirt. I didn't think about the noise the clutch on my drill makes. So if you had headphones on, sorry about that. Well, if you're trying to watch this while the kids are sleeping, these are the wrong two. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a gear track on this or not. I think that I can do everything I need to do with bungee cords, but I might break down. I didn't put, and I should have put a piece of plastic in here somewhere so I could put my gear track on it, maybe in the floor. But that's not too late. I could actually cut that out and put a piece in the floor and just cover it, glue it back over. Maybe that's what we'll do. So you can have your camera up close to operate it. And some people require a rod holder. The bass are pretty easy to catch and pretty easy to deal with, so you don't really need all that. Drop my screw. So if y'all can think of anything else I should put on here, let me know. Put it in the comments. I mean, I didn't put a lot of separations in here. I don't have to have a seat that's going to have to be repaired. So it's pretty simple. It's just almost like a boat yak or a canoe yak. Okay, let's get the camera and do a little close-up looking so y'all can see what it looks like. All the transitions right there, I sanded those real good, and I put a bead of caulk on it just to smooth it out. You don't have to do all that, but just depends on how smooth you want it. And don't forget, see, I'm gonna have to put a little bit more paint on here. Not a big deal. See the little pinholes? And like I said, that's it already has a layer of glue and a layer of burlap and a couple layers of paint. And you see in here, if you look close, I mean, if this was a wood, it had any wood in it, this would allow water to eventually seep in there and cause your wood to swell, which you don't want any of that. Then on the front seat here, I kind of swooped it a little bit and right there, so when you sit here, that won't dig into your thighs. As I feel a little bit of roughness there, I might hit that with some fine sandpaper just to smooth it up. So you can see all the little pinholes in there, which really aren't going to make any difference because, like I said, there's no wood in this boat. Now I do have a big piece of cutting board here. I thought about putting a gear track across here, but then I can't reach it to turn around and see, you know, where the bass, or you know, flip the camera onto a strike, a fish striking or something like that. So that's why I didn't. I already had the holes drilled, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I may insert one right here into the boat. So that's pretty much it for today. And I guess I'll see y'all in the next video. I appreciate everybody watching, and thumbs up is appreciated. Take it easy.